Chronically Blue.
Hello, my Sleepy Bears! My name's Chronically Blue. Welcome back to some more Sonic Riders Mission Mode. First mission, you have to perform 12 tricks. Same thing that we've been doing the last few times around. There's only really one little hidden jump area that we can use in order to help us get points. Most of the time, what you see is what you get. The only other way in order to help get some more points around is going to specifically be not this part, but the next part where Tails is able to go up the little ramp side thing in order to jump into the flying rings. You know the ones I'm talking about. But while we're watching this footage of all the different tricks that you can do, I realized I didn't really go through how to properly do certain tricks. So what most people may do when they're just starting off is like move the thumbstick all around. What you have to do is move it in different directions. What I mean is like hold it in like the upright until they like nearly finish the rotation, then jerk the thumbstick over to a different direction and then wait for them to nearly finish that one, and over again. Because if you just move it around very quickly, a whole lot of nothing's gonna happen. So you have to be like a little bit strategic and try to kind of get the right patterns and like thumb movements down with different characters. Here we have to go and collect all the different junk pieces. And speaking of junk, I went and put a bit of junk in my body. I went to a little hibachi buffet place, and like I'm terrified of buffets. I'm just like, you know, seeing all the food out there, I genuinely just get like scared of it. I'm just like, what if this gives me like food poisoning or something? Hey, here's a little hidden area that I never knew about. So, yeah, that was fun to find. But I this time around, I genuinely let myself explore. I was like, let me have like a crab rangoon. Let me have some like a fried egg roll, just like a little bit of like actual stuff instead of just like fruit and French fries. That's like what I typically do. Here I stop here just to make sure I have more than enough time to grab this, and we just jump off here just to make it easy for all of us. But don't worry, it is enough because we can go here and grab this one. Yeah, it is like for Knuckles junk collecting, they really did kind of make it annoying. Here you do have to get into the little web there in order to get ahead. And we beat it just barely with 0.20 milliseconds left. But hey, if it works, it works. But at the little buffet place, they had what was known as like crab. And like that was it. It was crab with a K, so it was imitation crab. Which is my favorite kind of crab, because that just like wipes away any fear at all. And it was imitation crab baked into like this big cheese thing. That's all I have. It just looks like someone like put crab down and then like threw a bunch of cheese on top of it and melted it in the oven. And I'm just like, this is fantastic. This is my favorite dish. And as I do whenever I go to a buffet, I have like main meals, and then I go and try like a little bit of all the desserts, because you got it. That's what it's there for. And so that was like probably like one of my fun parts. But there was something I ate. I know there was. I forgot what it was. It was the banana pudding. There was like banana pudding with like vanilla wafers on top of it, and I had a bite of it, and it was like very extremely artificial banana flavor, which I'm completely fine with. I love like the banana runts. So like I am not like upset at like artificial banana flavoring at all. No, that's my jam. What it was though was it kind of tasted a little bit like cleaner. So like I did not finish that. I had like one bite and was like, this kind of tastes a little bit soapy. Like it kind of tasted like a little tiny bit like lemon pine sol, almost like a little tiny bit. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go with the gut on this one and say let's not finish this. And of course, when I got home, I was on the toilet twice, so that was fine. But it was kind of expected, because it's been an extremely long time since one I had any kind of food that was not ramen or stuff that I made myself. So you know, it was kind of like bound to happen, but it was a fun time. As we all know, I really hate the grind rails when we have to grind, because it's so annoying in order to try to get the different placements down correctly. Because in order to jump from one onto the other, you do have to be right with it. You can't jump too early or too late. This one, yeah, they have you just jump right into the middle there. This one's going to be annoying too. You have to jump off right there. It's very annoying, but, you know, it kind of scares me for the different kind of designs they're going to make in the future. And by in the future, I mean for the upcoming tracks. Because we don't have much left here. We really don't. And it's kind of a good thing. But I am very much nervous for what could possibly happen. This, I was able to finish the second attempt. This one is fly, and like, again, the second time meant just like, you know, do like the forward thing. But we have the air ride, and the air ride has to be my favorite one just because it is the easiest to me. The junk collecting, or the power smashing, or the grinding, those could be like the easiest to other people. The air riding is the easiest to me because it's just about moving up and down, and that's about it. Not a whole lot else, and it is super easy. A cool thing they did here, as you can see, is they had us skip the little like centipede thing and fly all around it, which is genuinely really awesome. Like this kind of design is so cool. We also got like a random piece of junk there. I don't know if that is like, if there's like one hidden and like one different mission of every little thing or what. But in case you just missed any, there's 3 more rings right over here that you don't have to get, but I got them because it's what I do. I'm like, why not? You know, it doesn't hurt anything. But it's just, I'm looking at the junk, and what I'm scared of is that I think the game's going to have me go through and grind junk. By that I mean like play the junk missions over and over and over again and like finish them to like retain the junk. Because I recall, I want to say that's what I did previously when I was like a youngin'. And I was like, oh, I have to play these same missions over and over again? Well, that's stupid, I'm not doing that. And so I didn't. After doing that, I just went ahead and was done for that session, started a new session in order to go ahead and do, you guessed it, waves missions. Because that's what I'm here for. We're here to get the missions done. And there's nothing wrong with that. So yes, we are on to the White Cave, where it is, again, 4 more tricks. I'm noticing a trend. It generally kind of like, it doesn't frustrate me. It's just a little baffling. It's confusing and baffling to see them be like, hey, let's put in a mission mode, so they have like more to do other than just beat the game. And to see the missions just be so repetitive, it really kind of makes you think, did they like stop and be like, you know what? Maybe we should try to like add a little bit more variety here and maybe just not make the first 2 missions of everything. Do these tricks, grab this junk, fly through these rings. You know, it just something. But it also like depends on how much they cared. Because like they definitely cared about like the design of like the tracks themselves. So I just can't imagine them being like, yeah, let's have them see how many tricks they can do for all the different tracks. Because that's gonna be fun to them. Or they're just like, hey, listen, we got like the main bulk of the game done, so how about you throw together some missions and we'll send this out. Great, good. And I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? I don't know, have them collect junk or something to unlock more boards. I don't care. Well, where do they get? Okay, fine, whatever. Like, if I ever got to, like, meet the person, or, like, if I ever got to, like, meet, like, a person or one of the people on the team that decided, the missions and like what they were. I genuinely want to like ask the question, be like, why'd y'all decide on like these three for like all of them? Was there any other like missions that were thought of that had to like get axed just because didn't have like the time to develop it as much as you wanted to? Which I'm sure there was. I just can't imagine what. I'm the thing that I'm really hoping for is I know there's going to be more missions. I know that there's a total of 100 missions. And so what I'm really hoping for is that the missions that we do for those ones, for the last 20 missions, I'm really hoping that's going to be like super varied. Just absolutely the most brilliant thought of like things ever. Because just going through and doing all this stuff over and over again, it's a little annoying. It's a little monotonous, not gonna lie. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, the part that gets to me again is hoping that they were aware of it. And I'm sure that's what it was. They were just like, yeah, we know that we're like doing the same stuff over and over again, but it's just a Sonic racing game. You know, it doesn't have to like have like a whole bunch of stuff into it. It doesn't have to be a grand event. However, and this is the kicker here that I don't think they were expecting, this game was the best game of Sonic's 15-year anniversary. And that's kind of saying something. And that's because the other game that came out for this, for Sonic's 15 year, was Sonic Genesis on the GBA. So you can easily say, like, yep, for 15 years, to celebrate it, we have this Sonic game where they are not running, they're on hoverboards. Which, again, I don't hate it. I like this game. I enjoy the second game, but I've played it significantly less than I have this game. But the second game definitely adds a lot of stuff to it. They add many things. And don't you worry, of course I have it on the PS2. Thank you for asking. To which, yes, the background would be slightly modified, but yeah, we would still have the exact same background. And no, I would not be doing the mission mode for 2. I'm doing the mission mode for this one just because I was like, why not? It could be fun. And I was like, wow, this is the opposite of fun. But I do have Sonic Free Riders for the Kinect, and I have a Kinect and Xbox 360. So is there going to be a Sonic Free Riders Let's Play? If there is, it's going to happen significantly later. Because again, I'm on the top floor. And I don't want to upset the people below me. And that game requires a lot of jumping. And hearing a bunch of people complain about like the Kinect and being like, oh, it's horrible, it's not responsive, da da da. I'm like, no, it's not, you just gotta know how to work it. And so then I played Sonic Free Riders, and I was like, okay, yeah, the tuning of the Kinect on this game is just significantly worse than any other one. Here, we have a unique one. We have to fight with Wave herself. We have to hit her one or more times before we finish the lap. This one's really, it's not difficult, but it's one that I had the most time on. And that's because you kind of just gotta go with the flow a little bit here. You have to really make sure that you are behind her. So slowing down intentionally is like one of like the key points here. And you can like watch her just like slowly start to like catch up. And again, it is just like the matter of like trying to like hold back a little bit, so that when she does come past, we can easily grind into her and like attack her, which is exactly up to us. And, you know, when we make that happen, it's great. Once you do 3 attacks, that's it. You just have to focus on, like, finishing the race. Because she is... I don't think she's faster than Sonic, but there is definitely that kind of little, like... There's something there, you know? It's that little thing that's like, this is kind of challenging, but I can't really land why, exactly. There's just something about it that makes it challenging. But, there we go. So that is, in case you're wondering, we are 40 missions done. That was the 40th one. So we are getting close in order to not only the halfway point. Yeah, we're getting close to the halfway point here. And I know you're probably wondering, Crankaboo, come on. Come on, can't be that bad. You know, there's so many things here. It's like, what could possibly happen? Also, my goodness, I'm also wondering if Sonic Ride of Zero Gravity has a mission mode or something, which I'm hoping they don't. I feel like they do, but I'm hoping they don't. Just because that'd be like super annoying to me to imagine that. But how long did this take, Blue? Well, it took 48 minutes to record. 16 minutes is how long this video is. So, almost 6 hours of recording time. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, Mr. Bears.